With the Women's World Cup now happening in Australia and New Zealand, there's a growing conversation about support for women playing professional soccer. Nike unveiled its first ever women's soccer shoe last month. Did you catch that? First ever. It is the company's first shoe designed for women. The fact is, almost all the soccer shoes on the market for women right now are just men's shoes in feminine colors. You may think that's just annoying, but women's feet are actually shaped differently than men's. And wearing shoes that don't fit correctly is leading to female soccer players having more injuries, everything from blisters to stress fractures. Joining me now is Tabitha Tice, head of marketing at Ida Sports, a company that designs soccer shoes specifically for women. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
So many brands market soccer shoes for women, but the shoes are just the men's shoes in a smaller version and a different color. It's a practice known as shrink it and pink it. Why has it taken so long to consider the needs of female soccer players?
That's something we speculate on a lot, actually. We're not totally sure why women's sports historically has been seen as niche, but we're happy to have people starting to pay attention and have these really important conversations around how to better support female athletes on and off the field.
And speaking of support, let's talk about the shoe itself, because what are the differences between a soccer shoe for men and a soccer shoe for women?
A lot of it comes down to just basic shape. Men and women's feet aren't just different in length. Women tend to have a slightly wider toe box, but also a narrower heel cup. We have higher arches that often need more arch support. And then things like studs, the spikes underneath soccer cleats, getting that traction right that supports our biomechanical needs and the stud length and matching it to certain surfaces is essential in supporting athletes on the various surfaces that they play on.
We're looking at some of the shoes from your company, Ida Sports. How were the shoes designed and how were they created? What were the conversations like?
Well, first we discussed color and not defaulting to pink. We're not anti-pink, but that we don't want that to be the first choice that women are always offered in the sports stores. But really, we wanted something that supported them from the ground up and adding that arch support and having a slightly shorter studs under our cleats so that we don't have those dreaded stick and twist injuries, which aren't fully preventable, but it's something we're trying to at least look into and support research around.
I want to ask you about injury because the European Clubs Association did a survey of women's soccer players in June. They found 82% of athletes say they felt discomfort from wearing their footwear that could affect their performance. Your company worked with female athletes and podiatrists. What did you hear from them?
We heard similar, and I think a lot of female athletes have just always thought that that's what your cleats are supposed to feel like. They didn't know that there's more comfort and there's better options out there. So there's a lot of education that can still happen with players around your feet are different. You can wear something else and there is a more comfortable way if we just design for it.
And these female athletes that are wearing the shoes, what are they saying to you?
We have a lot of athletes who say they'll never go back. And, I talk to players that I coach and I say, don't wait until you're in your 30s to consider comfortable footwear because it keeps you on the field longer. And I wear the cleats myself and really appreciate the arch support and the comfort that comes with that female specific design. So.
And speaking of design, I want to ask you about cost. Is there a cost difference between a men's soccer shoe and a women's soccer shoe?
Not necessarily, no. We have a few different price points that we offer cleats at, and soccer cleats are getting more and more expensive. So, we're hoping to continue to grow to be able to continue offering more and more options at every price point. But we don't want footwear to be a barrier to why a young girl or a woman continues to play.
Love that. Tabitha Tice will end it there. Thanks so much for chatting with us this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.